from my first daughter, Ivy Wamboi. Dear Guka, as much as we all know that we are all heading to the same destination, I was not prepared to let you just go yet. I wanted to see you so bad, but unfortunately, that will never happen again. You have been very present, caring, an inspiration, hardworking, determined, and a man full of wisdom. You always make sure you share your thoughts on issues that I later learned were pieces of advice I could always fall back to, even today. I remember sentences marked with examples that guided me, and many others through life. Your family always, healer to generations after you, helping where you could, even if it was time for us to help you. Thank you very much for always visiting us in Germany. When you could, the talks, the walks, the train rides, shopping sprees, while you visited will always be cherished in my heart. Unfortunately, I'm not able to bid you farewell in person, but in spirit we will always be connected. A piece of my heart goes with you. Lala Salama Guka, until we meet again, I love you. And the last tribute is from my small girl, Guka's small daughter. Guten Tag. That is a German of hi, how are you? That is what my dad every time called her. Spoke to her or greeted her. This is how you always greeted me whenever you saw me. You told us not to cry when you're gone. That it would be foolish to cry, but clever to feel sad that you will not be here anymore to talk to. I have cried and I'm sad that I'm proudly foolish, but also clever. I calm down by reminiscing as I have so many good memories with you, Guka. Remember when you told me more about the Kikuyu culture and I told you to count in German. When I introduced my boyfriend to you last year, you liked him even though you thought I was too young to have a boyfriend. Remember, when we were both proud vegetarians in a family that loves meat, when I go to your house in your future, I will remember the stories you told me about. Guka, I miss you, but I know that you are in a better place now. So, God bless you.
Thank you. Can we give her a clap? Now, we have a choir around. Please get ready as I get the next person to read the tribute. Choir karibieni hapa. Tupatie wimbo. Break the monotony, give us some praises. So, as Joe comes to read his tribute or to give his tribute, Joe, let the choir get ready. Thank you.
Jambo. God is good, and all the time. My name is Joe Nyaga. I'm number 6 of the Njagi family. And here I start reading my tribute to Mzee. I remember Mzee with fond memories, despite him being a disciplinarian. He was a loving father who loved his children equally and was keen with all succeeding in life through a quality. I remember the days that Mzee made an annual event for the family. During Easter, we would go, during Easter, at the time when there was the Safari Rally period, and we would spend the time in Mombasa, and during this period, we would watch the Safari Rally. Mzee was enthusiast of the event. I remember the days that Mzee visited me in Njagi Primary during the school's Sunday out, and made sure on that visiting day, which was so important to the students, that he was there with Mom and even sometimes alone. He took me and sometimes with my friend Cliff Gashewa out to Nanyuki or to eat chicken at the then famous Kamau's restaurant in Njagi town. They used to stocked some wines that he took once in a while with friends and visitors during Christmas. I remember one day when he had taken his wine and added water. He asked my elder brothers, Martin and Karenga, who had drunk his wine, and of course, they were the culprits. But to my surprise, they both said that it was me. That was only in primary school. And they were in high school, of course, more exposed. The caning that followed was expected, and I my brothers to date. Whilst in Lenana school, when I got into trouble one day, I was suspended from school and was asked to return with my parents. Knowing how tough Mzee was and a no-nonsense man, I decided to call him on phone instead of going home, fearing the beating I was going to have. When he came to school, we went to the deputy head, Mr. Okech, and after my charges were read out, I was sentenced to receive some canes on the backside. After receiving from Mr. Okech, while crying in pain, they asked Okech whether he could add his. Mr. Okech saved me from further agony. That was the Mzee, the disciplinarian. Mzee, being a responsible and loving dad, surprised me one day when I was bedridden in our house in India after a motorcycle accident, when he knocked on the door one afternoon and emerged from nowhere. This surprised both me and my housemates to a point that I thought I was in a dream. But we spent the next 2 weeks together going to clinics at the hospital. We'll never forget those 2 weeks. Mzee continued his surprises, and before I joined my late wife Naomi in Sheffield, England, one afternoon, after taking a day off from his visit at the Royal Agricultural Show in London, he traveled by train to Sheffield and made another of his surprise visits to my late wife. But this time he knocked on the front door instead, holding a bunch of red rose flowers. By doing so, he had actually thrown me under the bus, because later on in life, whenever Naomi and I had an argument, she used to tease me that my dad was more stylish and loving than I was. My dad, being the leader he was, had set the bar very high for me, and I never disappointed again. Later in life, when Mzee got a stroke, I decided that I would pay back his love by making a surprise visit to him one day from all the way in England. That morning when Mzee told me for the first time in my life, I saw Mzee's tears of joy. The last time I saw Mzee alive was 2 years ago, but would never forget such a loving dad who was always there for me in times of joy and distress. Mzee, we loved you, but God loved you most. You started a legacy. Fare thee well till we meet again. Rest in peace, Dad. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Is the choir? good clap. Did you have the next person ambaye tunataka asome tribute na wale gratitude wenu wanasoma, nataka tumalize maneno ya tribute na family understandably, tupatie time patience ndio waendelee. So wale gratitude wanatayarishe after Munene. I want Munene to say something. Then next in line will be Njagi, then tuingie kwa gratitude.
Jambo. My name is Njagi, and I'm the seventh born son of the late Justus Njagi, and I'll read my tribute. Hope bears our spirits up. We are not parted forever, but we will dearly miss you and your great counsel. Rest well, Dad.
Thank you, Munene. Njagi.
Pastors, family and friends, God is good and all the time. My name is Njagi, and a son to Mzee, the last one to Mzee. And before I read my tribute, I'd like to say that Mzee has rested. But if you look at his sons and daughters, all his children, you will see Mzee in him. The other day I was driving around with my elder brother Martin, and someone came and said hi to me. And then he told me, Salimia Mzee hapo. And I told Martin, Salamu Mzee itabidi sasa umeanza kupokea. And akasema amepokea. And he'll get used to that. I was talking to my elder sister again another time having a discussion, and I paused and told her, you are talking like Mzee. Because we always say that she's the female version of my dad. Half family, you know. So Mzee is living among us. And one thing I'm going to remember my dad, and I'll be forever grateful, is he gave me a name that today has turned out to be my career and my profession. Some people think my name is Njagi because of tourism, which is not the case. I was named after my grandfather, Stephen Mwai, and used to, alikuwa anatembea sana. And his nickname was Njagi. I was born that day when my dad came with the leg Abanga, and mom was taken to hospital. Mzee akasema sasa ule Mzee. And that's how the name came. And because of Mzee himself was also a tourist, alikuwa anapenda kutembea sana. So all of us ever since we were young used to travel with us. And I think that passion came, and I decided to pursue it, and I started tourism at campus. So today, professionally, I'm in the industry, and I work for one of the Kenya's leading travel management company by the name ATS Travel. So I am forever grateful because of that great man. He has given me a name because my ambition, nataka watu walikuwa wanasema huko mbele, waziri wa utalii. So thank you to this great man. So I'm going to read my tribute. Dad, I am writing this tribute, or rather I'm reading this tribute with a heavy heart, but the Lord comforts me daily with the thoughts of the life you have lived, a life worthy of emulation. You held my hand and caught me when I fell. You are the hero of my childhood, and time by my side in sorrow, in sunshine and in rain. I know you are watching over me and over your family. I love you. Rest in peace, Daddy, till we meet to part no more. Lastly, I saw my dad's good friend, Njagi boy. He was here. Yes, I remember the story. When I was young, my dad used to pray in Kikuyu and say, Daiwi Tori Matwine. So one day when I was young, we went to Mombasa. So when we were in the plane, And you know, when you tell a child something they don't forget, I asked my dad, because he always said that God akokupwa where we are now, akabisa hii msizimia. So they started laughing in the brain, but then he told that God is everywhere.
Okay. Ako. If Edward Geshoki is not here, where is Mugendi? Oh, both of them.
Nataka kuwasalimia mjambo. I'm one of his nephews, and we really cherish mzee. Ametuongoza na ametulinda na ametupatia mfano wa kuishi vyema for so many years. Nimekuja na one of my nephew, anamuita Guka, naye pia aseme one or two.
Good afternoon. My name is Nyaga, and I wish to thank all of you to condole with us. Today we are celebrating the life of our grandfather. He was a great man. I remember many a times when he was going to hospital in Nairobi, he would pay me a courtesy visit in Thika, where I work as a branch manager with Mutual Insurance. And he wanted so much to speak about investment and financial freedom. So Uka has been a great man, a man who desired people to live and to enjoy financial freedom, to live in unity and love for the family. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All the grandchildren who wanted to read a tribute. Oh, Mugendi. You know, I thought he's one of those. Unamtalina Mugendi. Sawa.
Thank you.
Bwana asifiwe sana. Nda Mugendi amine. Nitakuwa Mugendi na mzee was one of the other sons that you people do not know about. We are neighbors right over here. I just would like to first and foremost convey my deep condolences to the family. So to Mom, Mama Martin, Mama Mutali, and all the other children here, Martin, Joe, Jane, and Modoni. Mutali, may the Lord strengthen you and comfort you, because He's close to the brokenhearted and He heals those that are crushed in the spirit. Allow me just to share very brief reflections on Mzee. He was very special to me. He was a father to me, but also a dear friend. One day I was going to school here in Njagi Primary School, and Mzee stopped by and stopped his car, and he called me and he told me, "Are you seeing that man?" There was this gentleman who was carrying a huge bag of coffee, taking it to the factory. And he told him, "Mugendi, I want you to work very hard, because that man is getting very tired. And your life must be different." And I never forgot that. And they continued following through in my life through my education and encouraging me and teaching me something called responsibility. That's one thing I remember about him. Learning to be responsible, and he told me a real man is a responsible man. Later on, I progressed well in my education and career, and my mother, who's somewhere here, is a widow. And Mzee and Mama Mutali were a big supporter for her. Even when the rest of us were in Nairobi, they always remained there for support my mom. And when I got employed, he called me and he told me, "Now you are mature, you're a big man. you've got to take care of your mom. And so it reminded me that a real man lives responsibly and carrying forward with that way. And later on, I started observing certain things about him. So other than responsibility, he inspired me as a leader, both in business and also in politics. And one day when I tried to venture into my first business, I was making juice. And I went to him and told him I'm looking to start selling juice in Embu. And he said, I can't remember which of the sons were managing BBL at that point. And he told me, go and see him and explain your business to him. And I did go. It did not go very well. I was not very good in pitching. But he encouraged me to pursue that. And so inspired me as a leader and as a business person and entrepreneur. And we remember him for that. And therefore, I've learned responsibility, I've learned leadership from there. What I want to talk about very briefly is about legacy. When I think about Mzee, other than responsibility, leadership, I think about legacy. And when I look at Munene and see Mutali, he is an inspiring leader in this region, and he has really by Mzee. And when I look at all these children that have turned up so well, I see a man that lived a great legacy. Because at the end of the day, what matters is relationship and what you leave behind in your family. And so I say to Mzee, go well, may the Lord keep all of us encouraged, because Mzee chose where he was going to spend eternity. May the Lord bless you all. Amen.
Thank you very much, Wendy. Thank you so much. Now, where are the children? Any grandchildren who wants to say something to Mzee? We're just winding up. We want to give other people a chance to say something. Yes? Watu wakuja hapa. Tunataka wakipange hapa. Weka kamuziki kidogo hapo. Wakuje wote. Tutaanza kila mtu tukimalizana. Wataanza vile wako age wise. Unajua nani mkubwa? Kura kidogo ndio tutaongea mwisho. Tutaanza na wale wakubwa kidogo, kuja hapa. Good. Sasa ni hao ndio nani mkubwa, si ndio?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Njagi. I am a grandson to my grandmother who had smiled, right in me, irrespective of how you live. And who always made you feel good, his warm words of praise. And what's more, he knew what to do to make wishes come true. He was my grandfather. My grandfather was someone who always had good stories to tell. Just as importantly, he knew how to be a good listener. He was patient and kind, and the very best friend we could ever have or hope to find. He was no ordinary man, he was my G, and I feel sad.
Okay, finishing for him, my brother. He was no ordinary man. He was my G, and I feel sad. His words will ring in my head till the day I rest.
Thank you very much, Robin. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way. I just want to say we'll identify the grandchildren with their parents. These two, Robin and Waide, and watoto wa Irene. She's really there. So,
Okay, tribute to Fuka. I will always remember that hearty smile, the caring heart, the wise and hardworking granddad who was always there for all his grandchildren. Never would I forget numerous times you took us to Mombasa,
visited me in boarding school all the way in Lumuru when Mom was studying. He was unwavering. You encouraged hard work and you never got tired of mentoring us. You are a living example of work hard and peace. Your caring heart never flicked, and you are our strength in the hardest of times. God saw you getting tired, and the cure was not to be, so He called you into His arms. With tearful eyes, we watched you pass away, and although we love you dearly, we could not stay. A golden heart stopped beating, hard-working hands at rest. God broke our hearts to prove to us He only takes the best. Rest easy, Guka. So I'm reading a tribute for my three cousins, Chelsea, Jesse, and Sharon. They're in America. We never spent much time with Guka living in diaspora, but the few times we shared while on vacation, they were memorable. We experienced his love, generosity, and his concern for our education, and well-being in particularly, in the absence of our mom, who he loved most. R.I.P. Guka.
Hello, my name is Annette. My dad is Joe Nyaga, and this is my Guka. I'm grateful for the time we spent together and the time that God gave us with him. Here is this. Reading Njaga's tribute. Hey Guka, may he rest easy with the angels. You will be surely missed by all who time all inspired. Thank you for everything you provided with us.
Thank you. Mimi kijana mtalii nataka kusomea hapa. Nilikuwa nitakurudisha.
My name is Njagi. I'm about to read this tribute to my grandfather. We will cherish memories of you in our hearts. When we heard that you had passed on, we were very sad, but we will always remember you, your welcoming, kind soul, and how you loved us. Going for farm visits with us and sharing beautiful stories. We will always remember how you sang for us. Mungu atukuzwe kwa mambo makuu. We love you, Guka, but God loved you more. Rest in peace, Guka. Fare thee well.
Yes, I'm Tony, Moses' son through adoption, and also I would call him Guka to his age. Granddad to me, you were a great advisor. I admired your unique perspective and great ideas. I will carry on your perspicacity. You wore so many hats. You had so many titles. I learned to call you dad, grandpa, and mentor. You are one person who embodied positivity and was never one to be put down by life. Indeed, your cup was always overflowing. The moment we shared together, we will cherish them regardless.
Thank you very much. I think we are done with the direct family tributes. Now we want some speeches from a few people. If you, because
we move very fast. We'll have speeches from family. The first person, the family representative, is Simon John. Simon John.
Thank you very much, MC. But English has been spoken in this forum too much. Now I want to change.
Going for those who cannot understand English.
I'm a maternal cousin to Njagi. father, her mother, or lost my father. Na riu tata wakwa ri kindu kia mbere kiagiire tuikomio hamwe twakomio hamwe twaciarirwe mwaka umwe. That is 1934. Tata akienda guthie rwimbo rwina gwake waini nake mami akienda okuruthie no riri matiari marikanire ni meguthie. Tata agikomia Justus uriri nake mami agiuka rita akingomia hau mbere. Tata agiuke eimbite nyondo akienda kuongwa anjo yai dacio ngai mwana wake ekuitwa ni Jesus Christ. That is me. Tutikane na miaka itatu na mieri no ti miaka mieri itatu aciarirwo Februari giciarwo Mei na riri ni ndoire njui ni maeroro mono. Why? Agitiunda Mombasa witwa musie dirioke tongo kesa riri ya barama manyani tumuino kia aye gweli atotikiwe kwa mwini vyai kumusuhira nuratora emu Lewi agiroma lewi kangaru yesi yana nengo kwa kangaru isi abai pointi denyiwa dadire kirwela itana bikangaru ni wali ile nikamwenda kungatiriri kwa ugo wiki ngimotwa my best man they won my wedding in 1960. Now, can you imagine a best man? They know how I am or way, no, I didn't license Gari. Now, I know how many can die. Or we keep us all at Angel Gari, and can you imagine? Don't know I didn't like them of it. No first person for Gari. No first person within secondary school in the family. Now, no first person go to Muguda. Now, Muguda, I want to take a more than Tom Marina Passion near already. Tom Passion is a Tiani. Where is Arigato? Gurima Urtavera Anaguteta. Iwi na trade ruwi ai masukuruwi eki makiohama kiliona kyo akejira ati alienda kugombera ati mutitu nimwira mutitu ko inamu dite ukorea mutitu agome nyamwita kwa forest ati atuke foresta nimwira numale kali nyamuko mutitu akijira kana wewe otowe Motito o menyanyoro ni kani nigenda igura leweka na riera na ningeriera ile abo ko ni yui ndio kuna mutiko umetine era gone kanui riera to kamera kunywa riera riwi mundu uyu akima foresti orodiani na leo kire bana ile tro embu bana beta waira ki igura leo to kwa bilia Imagine scenario hii. Kirelua keji bali. Oni watu ameje kuibada. Ile kweli. No njuragirwa kutondo liri musirai. Wasoro moniye ndarara kiwe. Obu mutitoni ne magau. Why? Ogyopo akiuma. Oima o forest yi. Hai, agisi yali ngore kwekai. Nikekwenda mawira na huko. Yo kama wabisi ni kurato andike. Yaba ni weda era. Nagomi wada ala abo mwana matali. Ogo mundu andiyako wera kanjore. Tetali. Yugaika. Kiwe na kutoka account. Kama mera account ni ule uwezo wa jinsi. Yuwe account ya hii. Yeto ya hii. Gomwe ni bei. Yuko na nini ndio. Odona. Ana ndio mambo tu account. Kwa kaya hiyo zote tuburudie. Orieka. No kayo nandika dekaka tundu kwa tua bali obra kwa. To badi ali ulo tambe akauga mubo dawa eka ya 20. Ni na kibere akauga kamugo na kai kama biti. Dekaka ngemu magila. Iwi o kauweka esi na nje. Ayo kaya nyamuita kwa mukao. Weta kwa ndoi. Unanikuwa second from saa Isaac Awoto Duni. That time. Wewe itu. Na ningesi ya bili, atira bili. Hapo nikaka akui yake wewe anando ake. Kaya kwa aki. Yoko bila akona akaki kwa mkao yenda wa midra. Arama nanjiro kwa maana ya midra. Ewe kamwenda kumwira mundu uyu na uyu Mike Kasi ni mundu utani ni asiugo ando ingego kutoni sona ongera beti mwena Njagi niyo kukosoa kabisa na kwene wabeti hapa tonongera kidogo wewe mmoja kwa mmoja ni mtumia wako lakini wao Njagi huyo akitoa hivi pia yangu tu. Ini atakati di mana? Dah kosong ni, dah mudi sorry, nangira mama sorry. Nak kedua yang mai best mani lo bilang kosong. Dah ni nasi buah. Arah di bawah mundur, minyak. Angger aku di bawah mereka kau bayar ni, ada dah. Ona dah kasih dari gue kyo, gue wanda kasih orang juga. Yo mudi mwa ke wa ro ma ra ma da ni ko ayo no ni da na si ana se ko re school ya ko o mo re na na da ta imagine no ja ke da bu ta ka ni ko mo na na to ba to ni te jire ku a to ni ta ma ni na ka to ra ka ni ka ko re ni na ni ye wa ba ka ke ja ti ni me wa ku a gu re na to ba ko mo ra bo ni wa ka ra na kita lagi punya kondisi ini kami bukan yang berbisnis beri masa. Oh, no nana kita kuat di luar dulu. Ada orang yang orang masuk kan? Nah, ni abi